Hello. Good morning. It's good to see you. Zeri, congratulations on getting first today. Dixie, good to see you, homie. Game Addict, hello. Ian, welcome, welcome. Are you going through your whole list of dancing emotes? I guess it's not only dancing, is it? I see Marshy shake there. I hope you all are having a lovely evening. Dancing or close it out. I didn't want to get out of bed today. But I woke up about an hour ago. And I barely had time to go to the store. Hey, Momo. Good to see you. Irashai. So I had an interesting encounter this morning. Even though I haven't been awake very long, I had a very interesting encounter. We need a bit of a different vibe. There we go. Yeah, so as many of you probably know already, I've been making TikToks and YouTube shorts. And I just got a random friend request on Discord. I'm like, is this a bot? Is this like one of those phishing scams, you know? I was a bit hesitant, but I was like, you know what? Let's see what's up. So I added them. I was like, hi, do I know you? Because I didn't recognize the name. And they were basically just like, hey, I was watching your TikToks where you speak Japanese. I'm Japanese, and I want more friends to play Valorant with. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's awesome. That's not what I was expecting at all. So yeah, I may have just made a new Valorant friend. So possibly more content to come. It's very exciting. I was absolutely not expecting that to ever happen, but I'm very happy that it did. Yeah, so that was very unexpected. Maybe TikTok is actually worth it, you know? I always thought like my networking would come through Twitter. Yeah. I think it was at the end of the second one where I showed the friend request. Yeah, read that out of context. Yes, Zeri. Exactly. I did. I think at the end of the second short, I showed the friend request coming through. It was very quick, but yes, I added both of them. I played like 4 games with them that day. So there are gonna be more TikToks coming. I Oh goodness, Zary. Yeah, and drink lots of water. A reason to watch the shorts again. Were all of the 40 views on the shorts from you? Oh man. I do appreciate the support. I'm glad that you like the content. I definitely want to make more content like that. I actually, so a little spoiler for next week. I found a real-time translator from Japanese to English that I can display on stream. So my plan is one of the streams for next week is going to be a Valorant stream where I play and try to make friends. And I'll speak Japanese and I'll have the translator show what I'm saying in English so you guys can follow along. It won't be able to translate what the other people say, but it'll translate what I say. I think that could be fun. And if any of you are interested in learning Japanese, it might be good, some good practice. 39 of them were. One was my coworker. I got him to give a like. Yo, that's awesome. Yeah, I like all of the content that I'd posted to my YouTube before got maybe like 3 or 4 likes, something like that. My one, and that's on the same for TikTok as well. I think the shorts, like the Valorant shorts, got more likes than most. On TikTok, I think the first one got like 20. Wait, no, I'm thinking of something else, aren't I? No, I'm thinking of the one. Actually, you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. One of the shorts that I posted got like 24 likes. I was like, wow, it's amazing. You watch a few Japanese streamers that have the live translator? Yeah, I do too, which is how I got the idea, or how I knew it existed at all. One of the streamers that I watch who's Japanese is Minya September. She's really fun. You follow her? Zeri, you have very good taste in VTubers. I always see you in the chats of the VTubers I enjoy. If it works well, it seems like a genius idea. It does work well, actually, surprisingly. Like, I don't think there will be many problems unless I say a whole lot, but usually I can manage shorter sentences, and that works well with the translator. You can be everywhere and nowhere. I'm trying to get in the mood for sorcery today. Right, we are not playing sorcery yet. We're playing just chatting. A Cheshire cat? I like that. I think that's fitting. Are there any new VTubers that you guys have found recently? I'm always looking to find more. I should just browse Twitch when I have free time, because most of the VTubers I know are from NA, you know? So a lot of them aren't live when I wish I could be watching Twitch. You followed maybe 5 recently. That's fair. This is such a bop. Maybe I should make a VTubers chat in my Discord, like Sunny did. So you can share them with everyone. But I feel like I'll put an asterisk by that. Maybe I'll make it a mod-only chat, but everyone can view it so that people don't use it for self-promo. Because we ain't about that self-promo life. So, have any of you played Sorcery before? I've never played it. And I know very little about it aside from the fact that it is a kind of choose your own adventure style game. Never even heard of it. Hauser is the one that recommended it to me. So, yeah. You've seen very little on it, but barely much. Okay. Well, I guess we're about to find out together, huh? Okay. Beautiful. And wait, you can't see this? Why can't you see this? Whoa. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay. Hold up. Okay. I don't want you guys to miss anything. It started without being captured. That's so strange. I don't know why it's not working. But I'll just do a display cap. There we go. Always remember, Mito, violence is not the answer, it's the question, and the answer is always yes. Wait, I can't see my cursor, but you can see my... Hello? That's so crazy. Katsuma, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. How's it going? This is so bizarre. I'm like... What the heck? Alright, maybe we try this. Sorry, I'm troubleshooting. This is annoying. Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay. This is gonna be interesting, folks. So, basically, can I use my arrow keys? Okay, perfect. I'm just gonna use my arrow keys. Because I can't see my mouse when I'm capturing this way. Holy moly. All right. Oh, man. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Let's get started. This is Sorcery. This is a choose your own adventure style game, and we're about to play it for the first time. Let's give it a shot. We are man. You've walked the wilds of Kakabad through Kare and the spiteful backlands, all the way into Mampang. You have survived traps, thieves, serpents, and vengeful gods. And now it is here, the crown of kings. We love this stuff. It is said the crown was never forged, only found, by Chalana the Reformer, a lowly foot soldier who became emperor of the Eastern world. Such is the power of the crown. The air around it crackles with influence. Take it or wait. Let's take it. It's ours. Your destiny awaits. With the crown in your hands, you will be as powerful as Chalana. The goblins are arming. Wait, you can't see any of this? What the hell? No way. No shot. Dude, what? I'm gonna cry, man. This is so sad. How can you not? It's like... That's so confusing. Okay, I'm gonna try something. Oh, that stopped working. Wait, no, it did. It's working. Oh, that's perfect. Ha. It doesn't... I tried that, but it actually doesn't show up at all if I use window capture. Okay. Beautiful. We wasted the music though. We'll get our own music. It's fine. Your destiny awaits. With the crown in your hands, you will be as powerful as Chalana. The goblins are arming, the giants are waking, and the birdmen carving cruel daggers from stone. War will come, but you will prevent it. But then, the image of the crown begins to flicker. You rush forward. It's a trap. And startle yourself awake. You are alone, exhausted, in the little hut in the outpost settlement. Your unimaginable journey is not even a single step begun. It feels like sacrilege to introduce the game with this sound. It feels wrong somehow. The Shamutani Hills. Okay, so let's see what we can do. It is sunrise. You dress, breakfast on bread and goat's milk, and collect the pack and sword from beside your bed. I'm gonna test my blade. You pause to test the blade against your thumb. The blacksmith has done well. The edge is keen and draws a narrow line of blood. Outside the hut, you hear the outpost settlement stirring into life. Time to go. I don't need luck. Time then to depart. You lift back the flap of the hut and step into the early morning sunshine. You know, there's one thing that I'd like to do. This will take only a moment. A little fun way to get you guys a little more involved. Let's see. Each person can do it twice this stream, and we'll put a 5-minute cooldown on it. Boom. There we go. So if you check the redeems, the channel point redeems, I just added a little redeem for 700 points. You know, not too expensive, not too cheap. Where if you redeem it, you get to make my next decision for me. No matter what you choose, I will have to do it. Oh, you're right. Thank you, Game Addict. I think I have made a command for mods to be able to change my category. But I don't quite remember what that command is. Draw a path to the flag. Let's go through the tents. Oh, does it not matter? Eyes follow you as you leave the hut and walk toward the great Shamutani Wall. The frontiers people of this tiny settlement are well aware of your mission. I'll greet them. I want to be friendly. You turn to them and bow. Some smile in reply, but are too afraid to approach. Others make gestures of protection. You are going beyond the wall, so they believe you to be cursed. A man is waiting on the path to the Kantopani Gate, the final doorway between Analand and the wilds of Kakabad. You recognize the sergeant of the Sightmaster Warriors. He holds out his hand. Wow, that dude looks a little insane. Huh. Okay. I'll look into that. Greetings, Sergeant. He touches his forehead with 2 fingers. You are almost ready, he says. I have for you a gift from the king. 24 gold pieces. It is all we can spare this time. He holds out a pouch. I feel like it would be rude to refuse a gift from the king. You accept the gift graciously. Thank you. You should buy some supplies before you pass the wall, the sergeant says. And you must collect your spellbook if you wish magic to aid you. Finally, should you wish to practice your swordplay, I will go one last round with you. And he points with his staff towards the training ground. You're right. Beautiful. This is kind of cool. We could like choose where we want to go. Let's go spar this dude. You walk with the sergeant to the training ground, and he wraps the base of his staff in leather. To begin, the sergeant says, we will practice the stances. First, defend yourself against me. Choose your attack power by dragging your character sideways. To defend, stay fully left. The Sightmaster is a powerful enemy. By defending, you will receive the minimum damage from any attack he makes. The Sightmaster Sergeant defends himself as well. The round is a stalemate. My next attack will be one of my strongest, he declares. If you can perform a full attack, you may overpower me, but otherwise you had best defend yourself. For a strong attack, pull your character to the right. To defend, pull your character left. Let's go for it. Ooh. You play a strong attack, overpowering the Sightmaster Sergeant. He bows. You have finished me. Excellent. No stamina loss, flawless fighting. That's pretty cool. Oh, you made the decision and I didn't even see it. It's perfect. Oh, wait. What's up? So I'm just going to refund that? Yeah, go for it. Yeah, you can refund it. I didn't see it. I made the decision myself. I think that's enough training. You seem to remember the basics, the sergeant says breathlessly. Good. Another round? You shake your head. Very good, the sergeant agrees. But if you wish a bout in earnest, then I warn you, I will not go easy on you. He indicates the wider yard where there is space for a true match. Ooh. Let's do that. You head over to the yard to practice a bout of real fighting. The sergeant removes the cloth padding from the base of his staff. Unsheath my sword. So the decisions are subject to the doubling too? No. No, they're not. They're not static? What do you mean? This time I will not tell you my intentions, he says. You will have to read them for yourself. Be ready. Let's sideswipe. There was 3. What? No, each person gets 2. Sorry. But because you already used 1, or I guess if you refunded it, it should give that back to you, right? Let's sideswipe. Let's see what that does. Oh. That was just worthless. The Sightmaster bows to you, raises his staff in salute, and readies his stance. You begin with the light jab, saving your energy, needling him and trying to test him out. The Sightmaster Sergeant comes in with a tough blow, balancing his strength and his impact. He slips the foot of his staff neatly under your blade. The impact catches you in the back. A mutter goes through the crowd. There's a crowd? There was 3 for you? I set it to 2. The king is truly weak to send such a champion. Their words spur you on to stand once more and narrow your eyes at the Sightmaster. His eyes follow your shoulders. He's probably about to defend himself. You realize a strong hit would be wasteful now. Okay, we'll defend. You drop yourself into a crouch, and he hangs back and watches you in return. His guard is coming up, conserving his energy so that his next strike can be stronger. We lunge. Time to attack. You rush forward with a deep, heavy slash, but the impact clangs against his defending staff, and you only lay a minor wound. He grimaces with effort. He's left breathless but not seriously hurt. He alters his grip to hold his staff more loosely. He seems to be preparing a simple jab. A chance to overpower him, perhaps? Oh. The more attack power I use, the less I can use in the future. Hi, Normand. All right. We defend. You whip up your defenses. His light blow sails over your head. You escape mostly uninjured. He watches your footwork closely. You hear observers in the gathered crowd murmuring expectation. But do they expect a violent blow from him or from you? This seems strange. What does, my gobbo friend? Let's go for it. Oh, he defended. Acting quickly, you sweep your sword across his body with powerful force, but the blow jumps back off his lifted staff, and you only place a small bruise. He grins. I saw that coming, he laughs, as he pushes aside your sword stroke, suffering only a minor wound. You see his arm grow tense. He is readying for a strong attack. I'm just gonna defend because I don't have much power. You ready yourself to block as he powers forward with a cry. It only tires him out. You are largely unhurt. The base of his staff is moving protectively. I'm gonna defend. You hold firm and keep up your defense as he circles away. Yo, Harrisaur, what's up, my man? I'm gonna defend one more time. You circle around him at arm's length as he attempts a strong stroke. Well done, he grumbles, panting from wasted effort. His eyes follow your shoulders. Now wait, he's probably gonna defend this time. Are you winning, boss? I think so. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. Leaving into action, you sting him with your blade low and fast, saving your energy. I'll wear you out, you declare. His own weapon is raised in defense. He smiles. He is bruised but mostly unhurt. His eyes narrow in preparation for a great effort. It's honestly amazing how well this is written, considering like how varied my actions can be, you know? Boom, there we go, baby. Relentlessly, you cut and thrust, keeping him pinned. You rush forward with a masterful slash. It is enough to finish him. The Sightmaster throws down his staff. You have me, he declares with a grin. 5 stamina lost. Rough going. That was cool. And the music felt really good too. The sergeant is gasping for breath. He bows to you once more. Not bad, he declares, but you need to cover yourself more or the beasts of the kingdom will take you apart. As he talks, a nearby healer hurries over with a salve, and your health and the sergeant's is quickly restored. Sick. All right, let's go grab my spell book. This seems dope. Absolutely. Yeah, this is just the tutorial as well. I'm really interested to see how this goes. One of the huts, set slightly back from the others, is decorated with glyphs and strange symbols. A terrible smell emanates from its doorway. This is the hut of the chief mage. He has been preparing your spellbook for days, reading star charts to work out which spells will be available to you in the different locations in the hills and beyond. Why would I do without the book? Are you kidding? You lift the flap and go inside. The mage looks up at you with haggard, sleepless eyes and presses the book into your... I feel like that would be such a dick move. Like, this dude's been laboring over this book, studying the fucking stars, literally going without sleep. And for me to walk up to the tent and just be like, do I really need that? Nah. And just walk away. That feels like such a dick move. You lift the flap and go inside. The mage, yeah, and presses the book into your hands. Do you understand how to use this? He asks. Tell me. Each spell is crafted through the alignment of 3 stars, he begins. The spell Zap for example, is made by aligning Zarathustra, Aegis, and Pini, but that is not important. What matters is what the spell is called and what it does. Zap will give you control over lightning. Hot will create a fireball. Foff will create a force field around you. Shall I continue? Yeah, tell me more. The mage nods. The law spell is formed from Lilith, Aegis, and Wex, and it will allow you to control the will of unintelligent creatures. The wall spell is quite different and uses different stars. The order matters, you see. Wall creates an invisible barrier. You will find the rest in the book, he adds, tapping the leather-bound volume. Thank you. I think that's good. Good for now. He scratches absently at his ear. Remember, some spells will cost you effort to use, but the ones that don't will not work without a focus, an item of some kind. You will need to read the book to know what. Research magic using the spellbook button on the map. All right, bet. That's pretty sick. 48 spells? If you learn only 6 spells for your adventure, learn these. Creates a lightning bolt, creates a protective force field, non-intelligent creatures, okay. Makes creatures extremely clumsy. Ooh. All of these spells are extremely tiring and will cost you 3 points of stamina. More economical versions exist, though some rely on their caster owning particular items of power. Okay. Big. Wow. Requires 1 gold piece. An invisible metal shield, but the coin will be lost. Whoa. This is creative. Open any locked door. That's dope. Wow. That's sus. Oh no. Oh no. Among Us. Gob. I can create an army of goblins. Dixie. I could be Gobbo Daddy. But I need a tooth. Dixie, you got me? You got connections? It's possible, Zeri. It's possible, absolutely. Have two? Thank you. This is cool. We'll look more into magic later. But we should buy some rations, I think. Small traders in the settlement supply the Sightmaster warriors with weapons, armor, food, and clothing. You go over with the sergeant to a stall selling flatbreads and cheese. 2 gold pieces per ration, the owner says. Let's haggle. Do you know who I am? I'm Adelin's great hero, you tell him. The man looks uncomfortable. I know that, but I have to feed my family today, whatever happens to the crown. Oh, you. Alright, I'll buy 2 rations. You hand over the coins, and the man places 2 rations carefully into your pack. You must be sure to eat every day, or you will suffer, the sergeant tells you, standing at your side. Eating more will give you extra strength, but it is not necessary. The items button on the map. Alright, bet. So I need to eat every day. Is there anything this way? No. Wow, is this like a book? Oh no, it's like a map. Whoa! This looks cool. Alright, let's go to the gate. Didn't find anything for Wex other than a radio station. You reach the foot of the mighty gate. It is sealed. The sergeant places one hand on the wood. The gate has been locked for some time to deter raiders, he tells you. But you will have no difficulty. The stars in this place allow the dope spell to be crafted, and he stands back. Cast a spell. Whoa! I'm gonna vom. Click the letters to find a spell. Dope! You weave the spell. One by one, the great tumblers of the door begin to creak and groan. Then the hinges turn with a noise like hail on a canvas roof. These gates have not opened since our last champion was lost, the sergeant says. I wish you more luck than he. Perhaps you will even meet him on your travels. If I overtake him, then he is too slow. The Sightmaster nods, peering at something on the horizon. I believe he is returning, but transformed. I hope you do not meet the same fate. He claps you on the shoulder. Luna! Very well. Oh shit, you can see this. No! My secrets! Fuck. It's because of this damn game. There's no better way to capture it. Oh no. Very well. Ah! My stream deck isn't working very well. There we go. Ah. Oh, you know what? There we go. That's why it wasn't working. Okay. I understand now. What is happening? No, the game went... Uh-oh. That's a problem. The game is black. Oh, thank God. Okay. The funny thing? What are you talking about? Together, you step into the shadow of the wall. Luna, I hope you're doing well, by the way. I'm glad to see you. Thanks for lurking. One last word, he declares. When you have the crown, find the highest point you can find. We will be watching. I understand. I will not wish you a safe journey to Carré, for the way ahead will not be safe, the sergeant murmurs, as he peers into the distance through the open gate. The Sightmaster warriors are selected from birth for their incredible powers of telescopic vision. You cannot help but wonder how far he can see. Tell me what lies ahead. This path leads first to Cantopani, a settlement of traders, though most are rogues and thieves. You should be there before the sun has reached its peak. From there, 3 routes lead on to Kristatanti, but no single route is safe. Kakabad is a land of devils. And beyond Carré? I cannot see so far, he says. But once you have crossed the city port of traps, you will enter the backlands. They say that day and night there are controlled by forces other than the sun. And from Carré, too, your progress will be watched. It is time to go. You thank him, you pass through the gate. The faces of the folk watching your departure reveal the hopes that rest on you and your quest. The early morning air is crisp, and the rising sun paints the slopes in shades of peaceful beauty, concealing the evil that lies ahead. Bet. Let's fucking do it. The path winds through slopes of wild scrubland. The countryside is deserted, and the eerie silence is broken only by the cawing of the occasional crow. There's a spell for hearing what they say, but you do not have the equipment it requires. The birds appear to pause in the air to examine you as they pass. Stupid creatures. They pose no threat, so you ignore them.
Watching porn by yourself?
Nah, I'm with my
Yo, Skiz, dude, what's up, man? It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Let's keep walking. Barely an hour beyond the wall, and the air begins to grow foul. The Shamutani Hills are infested with the pestilence of the Backlands. It saps the energy from your body, leaving you feeling nauseous and weak. I'll keep walking. It is not surprise. They warned you of this. You will grow accustomed to it the longer you are out here, but for the moment, you must be very careful. Your maximum stamina just decreased. What? Stamina can be regained up to the maximum by eating rations or resting. Okay. Yikes. Ah, so I have some choices of how I can do this. Let's go off the beaten path. The path through Cantopenny is long and winding, and will lose you a day. Instead, you turn off the path and strike north through the knee-high grass. The journey starts with a stiff climb that takes several hours, but from the top you have a good view of a plain of yellow grass, and just to the north of that, a little village of rude huts that do not look like human dwellings. To your left, the gigantic wall looms, throwing shadows that lap at your feet. I ain't nostalgic, let's strike forward. Time to strike on then. The wind whispers through the long grass, beckoning you onward. But there might be rats and worse in those fields, so you might be safer cutting across to the river and following the bank. Who needs safety? You wade forward through the shimmering grass, which gets longer and longer, until first your boots and then your scabbard are lost from your view. Still, with Cantopani disappearing over the brow of the hill, you are making excellent time. Suddenly you freeze. Up ahead, the grass is parting in coils and bends. The parting is moving. There's something there, and it's coming toward you. We stand my ground. Whatever it is, it will find you ready. You wait as the switchblading furrow moves closer. I wonder. Let's cast a spell. We're gonna do... Oh. Just kidding. Fuck. I can't cast the spell that I want to. Okay. We draw our sword. You draw your sword. Your heart is hammering in your chest. The moving grass is barely 3 strides from you now. The hissing of the grass is louder now, almost too loud. Wait. Then the break in the grass is upon you, and you see what has made it. An enormous serpent, its body the thickness of 2 broad men, and its eyes red like stovepots lit with an inner fire. Holy moly. The serpent rears up out of the grass and bares its enormous fangs. So fight! You are ready with sword in hand to take it on. I think we start with a full-blown attack. Oh, it defended. Fuck, that was a bad call. The serpent's great coils are winding around your feet. In a moment, they will tighten and snap your ankles. You swing out wildly, hoping to chop it in two as it rears back out of reach. It sidles away, hissing. We defend. That was a good call. You drop into a crouch. The serpent strikes. You desperately defend yourself. You escape mostly unscathed. It snaps and bites at the air between you. We defend again. Oh, that's clever. The serpent tries to knock you over. You... what? Serpent tries to knock you over you with its thick neck, but you duck. You breathe a sigh of relief. I think that's a typo. It's gonna defend again, I think. Yeah. You keep up your guard. The serpent coils around you, hissing but not connecting. It snaps and bites at the air between you. Now we go full force. You wait as the serpent shifts, exposing its belly. Then you attack. You cleave the air with your sword. It slips away from beneath your blade. The terrible creature is suffering. It can barely hold up its neck. That was a good call. You fall back. The serpent whips out with its tail. You leap out of the way. You ready yourself for the next wave. It closes up its coils, shrinking like melted snow. And now we attack again. Not bad, not bad. An opening appears. You bring your blade in heavily, but the serpent recoils, hissing and spitting. It escapes your blow. Oh, that was a bad call. Then the serpent is sliding across the grass towards you with lethal speed. You try a quick stab, but it moves like water, and your blade seems to pass straight through it. It knocks you backwards into the grass. Your head spins. You scream as the creature draws blood. I scream? You drop into a crouch. The serpent tries to swipe you with its vicious tail, but you step quickly aside. You are fighting for your life. Nice. Charging forward through the grass, you dive forwards. Launching off your heels, you lunge for the beast's neck. With a great cloud of dust, the head of the serpent crashes to the ground, and the light in its eyes goes forever dark. Try again? What do you mean try again? We search it. There's only one way to search the body. With your sword, you split it open, cutting through its long stomach. It's filthy work, but not unrewarding, for from the belly of the beast falls an arm bone with a skeletal hand attached, and in the grip of the hand is a small bag of coins. We take the money. You lift the gold from the palm, then snatch your hand back quickly. You've been burned by the stomach acid that has soaked through the leather bag. Take the coins, not the bag. More carefully this time. You knock the coins free from the bag with the tip of your sword. Sparing a little of your water, you wash them clean, then slip the coins into your purse. And that is a long enough pause. You leave the serpent for the crows and make your way forward through the lengthening grass, wiping your sword as you go. You head onward into the long grass, which gets taller and taller. The ground seems to slip away, but the plants are just as tall. Soon you can no longer see the wall above the nodding stems. A few paces later, you cannot see the way ahead at all. I think we keep going forward. We might as well. There is no point turning back. Grass cannot hurt you. You push onwards, but which way? Okay. Let's use the shadows as a compass. But surely you can use the shadows of grass blades as a compass. Looking through the grass to where it seems lightest, you head the other way, hoping to move northwards. The ground below rises and falls, as if you walked over low foothills, but there is nothing to see. That was a perfectly good snack? Bro. That perfectly good snack was trying to kill me. You walk for about an hour more, following the darkest area of the grass that you can find. Then suddenly, you come across a flattened path through the grass stems. Someone else has walked this way. We follow them. Oh. You stick to the path, hoping it will lead you out of this meadow. You have been in it for a long time. You walk for an hour more with rising spirits as you see the path becoming more and more well established. You must be getting close to a village now. We keep going. You walk for an hour more. The path starts to show footprints. 6 or 7 men have gone this way before. 6 or 7 men, all marching to a similar stride, wearing boots of similar size. Oh no. You've been walking around in circles, following your own path, and now evening has drawn in, and you are exhausted, and you are still still lost to the grasses. You must get out of here and quickly. Shit. All right, let's follow the rising ground. You follow the line of the rising ground as best you can, making your way back up the hill. After a while, the grass begins to shorten and the going becomes much easier. Finally, after many hours, you find yourself back beside the body of the serpent. Shit. All right. You've wasted several hours walking through the grass. You must now go a different way and try to make up time. All right. First of all, I should probably eat something, right? I have 1 stamina left. Oh god. Okay, we go around the hill. You crest the rise, heading roughly north toward the riverbank, where you should be able to pick up the path once more and make faster progress. As you head down the hillside toward the riverbank, you spy movement in the distance. Something is happening at the water's edge. Let's wait and watch. You stop where you are and strain your eyes to look. Figures. Men? But they move too fast, flitting across the riverbank like sheets snapping in a breeze. Watch a little more. You wait a little longer until you are quite sure. The creatures are floating and moving through the air, but they seem harmless enough. Your guess is that they're fishing. I want to meet them. You begin to make your way down the hillside. The grass gives out and turns into scree and gravel, with the occasional patch of sharp gorse that tugs and snags at your tunic. There's barely earth, just sheer rock. This place is a thinly disguised wasteland. Then suddenly, your foot slips, and you lose your balance. Beneath your feet, the slope has turned into a steep drop, and you are sliding down it. You have only seconds to decide what to do. Stab my sword into the ground. Is there a spell that would do well here? Quickly, as you tumble, you draw your sword from your scabbard. There's a terrible moment where you almost drop it, but then, now sliding quickly on your belly down the rock face, you turn it about ready to stab downward. Rock face, huh? Stab. That's a good question. You stab hard downwards, but of course you are on rock with no earth. There is nothing for the sword blade to skewer into. In fact, all you succeed in doing is blunting the edge of your blade. Shit. I'm not making good decisions, am I? There's no more time. Everything is a blur of stones and choking dust and pain, but finally, level ground comes up to meet you and you hit it sharply. The sword, still in your hand, skitters from your grasp. Pain arcs through your thighs. But when you try to sit up, you realize the terrible truth. You have fallen badly in your exhaustion, and now you have broken your neck? Holy fuck. Are you kidding me? I died? Shit. All right, let's find out. Let's cast a spell. Wait, I can't cast Foff? I can't. Hmm. Wait, what? Oh. Maybe law? But there's no L here. So I must not be able to cast it right now. Z, H, or F seems to be what I can do. What is FAL? Oh! Okay, that seems good. You cast the enchantment quickly and feel it work as you rise an inch or so from the painful gravel below. You are still falling, but much more slowly, and indeed, when you land by the riverbank, it is with a gentle, cushioned thump. But the noise of your fall has attracted the attention of the creatures by the water. Two of them are now either side of you, long sting-like swords drawn. Their heads are cocked a little to one side. One of them steps forward and speaks in the common tongue. What are you, careless creature? I'm nobody? Bet. I'm nobody. The creature laughs. For nobody, you make quite a lot of noise. I thought you were going to bring the mountain down around us. I'll laugh at that. You laugh as well. Companionably, I'm lucky I'm still alive, you agree. I've seen luckier, the creature replies, its voice still waspish and cruel. You know, I am a villain VTuber, but my focus is on balance. And I like to balance dickery with kindness. So we're just gonna leave it be. You nod to the creatures. I need to be going, and make to step away, but they close up in front of you. The leader draws a second sword from his belt. This valley belongs to the Elven, he says. Fools and traveling players are not welcome by a river. You would put us in danger. I mean you no harm. Harm? What do you know of harm? The creature replies hotly. Have you lived to see your village overrun by goblins? Have you worked to turn your own homes into death traps to catch marauders? We Elven are creatures of the sunlight, moved into shade by the weakness of your king, Analander, the king who lost the crown, and we will suffer for it. I go to recover that crown. Oh! That was the wrong thing to say, apparently. The creature shakes his head. Then we are all doomed. A champion who cannot even climb down a hillside. We would do better to skewer you now while you still breathe. The creature flashes those twin blades. There's no time for magic. Very well then, you will face him in combat. This is spooky. But... Fuck, he defended. Are you serious? Okay. Now I will teach you why the Elven have such a fearsome reputation, the creature declares. He drops back, using both his skewer-like swords to cover himself. You waste no time and rush straight for his throat. He floats quickly up and out of your reach. The Elven chuckles with pleasure at escaping mostly unharmed. He narrows his thin eyes for a strong blow. We defend. You drop back to the rocks, raising your sword to protect your body. The Elven glides towards you regardless. You toss his cutting double swipe aside, leaving him panting. You are safe. He shifts left. We attack. No, that seems dumb. We defend. Fuck. I think I died. Okay, we try again. Man, I'm not good at this. Now, okay. We attack. Oh, he defended again. What a pussy. Enough of this. Splashing forward through the shallows, you ready a heavy swing. Good to cleave him in two, but he glides back until he is above the middle of the river. You stagger and stumble below your depth before you realize, and the monster laughs. But still, you have drawn a little of his blood. Yeah, you're right, but putting a little bit is risky. You drop back to the rocks, raising your sword to protect your body. The Elven glides towards you regardless. You toss his cutting double swipe aside, leaving him panting. You are safe. He shifts left. Point 2. I did the same thing last time, didn't I? Fuck. Fuck. Okay, so it's not the same every time. Oh. Enough of this. Hurrying deeply, you aim to let his blood, but he has enough balance to turn and deflect most of the force of the blow. We go for a 6.1. That was a good call. You show no mercy. Splashing forward through the shallows, you ready a heavy swing. Good to cleave him in two, but he is cautious enough to catch and rebuff most of the impact. The Elven gasps, then giggles maniacally. Manically? You see blood trickling from under his mail shirt. I think going for everything I got is the best call here. There we go. You will not die tonight. Not here. You spin around, bringing your sword backward across his skull. The Elven gasps his last as you run through. One stamina lost, decent dueling. Okay. As you wipe your sword on the tunic of the dead creature, you see the second creature gesturing to something behind you. Wait, weren't there 3 creatures by the riverbank before? A moment later, something strikes you on the back of the head. What? I just died anyways? Bruh. No, the sword isn't blunted anymore. Alright. We go back to the long grass, I think. The sword was blunted the first time when I, like, tried to fall and stab the sword into the ground. But then I died and reset. Okay. So this, I reset to before I had eaten. So I should have 2 meals. Yep. There we go. All right, we go around the hill. We're just going to keep going. You stride further on through the grass. Whatever is there, you will meet it boldly. After an hour's more walking, the movement by the river has resolved itself a little. There are 3 figures moving about around by the water, perhaps fishing, but there is something quite strange about them. Let's head back to Cantopani. You can do without mysterious creatures of any kind. You got that right. Turning, you head back towards the main path. Another hour passes, and you crest a small hillock, from the top of which you can see that the path continuing downward into a small settlement of huts. This must be Cantopani. Look for a way around. It would be better to avoid the town completely. You don't need any trouble so soon into your journey, but the path passes straight through the village, so to avoid it would mean a weary trek across country, wasting valuable time. I don't think I can afford that. We go to the village. Of course, if you were scared of a town like Cantopani, then you could not hope to survive in Kakabad proper. You follow the path down into town. The round huts are made of a hard-baked bright clay, and the roofs are thinly thatched. As you pass, eyes appear at dark doorways, tracking your every move. For a moment, it seems like this will be all you see of the town's inhabitants, but then a villager appears from one of the dwellings and blocks your path. Let's look at him. He is 5 feet tall. They cannot grow much taller out here in the poisonous air. He has thick-set arms and thighs, and is half-clothed in tattered breeches. His eyes are wild, and his long red hair and beard stand out from his face in a wiry tangle. "Halt, stranger," he commands. No. That's not what he sounds like. "Halt, stranger," he commands. "What business have you in Cantopani?" um, let's see. What do we want to do? Um, hey, Lupus. Jesus. It sounds like you've been hanging out with Shishka, man. Let's buy equipment. He grunts, but you can see that he's pleased. With a motion, he encourages you to follow, taking you through the village to a large hut. Bet. Inside, you find that the building is a storage house. A quartermaster, somewhat plumper than your guide, is seated at a table. We stride over to him. You stride across the room and put out your hand. I have no Canadian in me, but it just took over. Put out your hand for the fat man to shake. "I'm here to trade," you declare. "You're a merchant? Show me what you have." The man looks startled, but gets quickly to his feet. "Please sit. I'll show you what little I have." No need to be rude, for no reason. He quickly hustles the villager out of the door as you sit. The man wags a finger. "Wait there." He disappears for a moment into a side room. Let's search the room. Something feels wrong. While the man is out of sight, you quickly rifle the nearby shelves but find nothing except for a small vial of potion. Is it worth being a dick in this game? I wonder. Let's find out. You pick up the vial. It is quite full and stoppered by an old cork, but there is no label to indicate what it might be. We smell it. You slip back the stopper to take a cautious sniff. The smell is truly appalling, and you seal it up again. Blimbery. But what is it used for? The merchant returns, carrying a large box. For you, he declares, moving his hands as he speaks. I see what kind of man you are. This collection, the very best. Our most strange and interesting artifacts, ahem, collected from other travelers who have come this way. He begins to lay the items out in front of you, treating each with great care. You have 23 gold pieces to spend, but is there anything worth your while to buy in this place? Ooh. I know there's one spell that needs a musical pipe. Be the Pied Piper. Let's check it out. You pick a bamboo pipe off the table carved with a split reed and 6 finger holes. 3 gold pieces, the merchant says. I can't promise you that it has any magic, but it may well cheer you up at night. Let's play it first. You place the pipe to your lips and blow a few clear, sweet notes. The merchant nods. It is a well-made little thing, don't you agree? Let's buy it. You hand him 3 gold pieces, and he thanks you with a nod. You place the pipe into your bag. Please, the merchant says, something else today? You still have 20 gold pieces to spend. What weapon does he have? The merchant looks at you carefully, sizing up what kind of customer you are, the kind to place a newly bought dagger against his neck, or the kind to tip him for the quality of the blade. But however fearsome your aspect, his love of gold overcomes all other concerns. Heading quickly to the other side of the shop, he returns with a weighty broadsword and an axe. These are both treasures as well as deadly weapons of war. I'm sure you will agree. Let's take a look at the broadsword. You lift the broadsword. It has a ready weight, and the cutting edge is sharp. It has clearly been owned by a master craftsman. It would be quite an acquisition. An exquisite blade, don't you think? The merchant grins. Only 6 gold pieces. Too much. Ah, okay. So he's not a... Wait, what? You replace the broadsword on the tabletop with a sense of regret. Hey, Slug, welcome. Welcome in. We're playing Sorcery today. I am well and rested. I thank you for asking. Or hoping. You didn't ask. God. Wow. I I really just said I thank you, too. God, this game is like getting to me already. I hope you're also well and rested, my man. It's good to see you. It is not the blade for me. Very well, very good, the merchant says, patting his money pouch. You are a man of good judgment. I see that. So if he says I'm a man of good judgment for saying that it's too expensive, did that mean he knows he's ripping me off with it? Let's check out the axe. 7 gold pieces from the axe. I don't think I want an axe. Do I? Do I want an axe? Maybe I do want an axe. Let's try to haggle. You want an axe? All right. The price is too high for this, you reply. I will give you 5. The merchant looks uncomfortable, but eventually, with a glance around his large storehouse in this empty, unvisited village, he agrees. Very well, he says. 5, but it is my children who will suffer for it. All right, we'll buy it. I will take it, you reply, nodding once. You give him 5 gold pieces and put the axe into your pack. Please, the merchant waves a hand. Keep looking. Take your time. What about the leather bag? You lift a bag from the table and its contents rattle. Teeth, the merchant replies, showing his own a little. Finest creature teeth. Only 3 gold pieces, too. Oh, are these goblin teeth? What kinds of creature? You ask. Goblins, giants, or mole rats? All sorts, the merchant replies. I couldn't tell you myself. I'm no expert, but there's 10 or 12 in there. For 3 gold pieces, well, it's a good price. I won't buy teeth without seeing them. Then you won't buy them, the merchant replies, taking the bag back and placing it under his counter. Unless... Damn, Zeri knows his axes. I'll shake my head. You put the bag back down, somewhat disgusted. The merchant nods, then begins to pack his box away once more. I must save at least something for my next customer, he replies with a smile, but perhaps you will return this way and it will be for you. You get to your feet and take your leave of the merchant. Just outside the doorway in the sunshine, you pause to examine what you have acquired. Examine the carvings of the axe head. You tilt the axe head in the sunshine to reveal the carvings on the metal. This axe was crafted in the year of the ox for Glandragor the Protector. Its powers may be realized only by its owner. Interesting. Move out of the village. You head out of Kantapani alone and along the path into the Shamitani Hills. There's no inn or anything? Striding past the outlying huts, you send the villagers rushing indoors to hide. Then at the end of town, you pass a large boulder, and at once 2 rough-cut villagers spring out with swords drawn. Bandits. 2 against 1, the first declares. You're lost, calls the other. So hand over your things, come on. I'm not handing my shit over. Reason with them. I don't want any trouble, you declare. The first bandit edges forward, a sword tickling at your chest. Running you through, no trouble at all. The pack. Guess we defend ourselves. You draw yourself to your full height. You've mistaken me for someone else, you declare. I would like to give you a moment to reconsider, because I will kill you if I have to. The bandits growl and advance on you, 1 on either hand. I don't have much stamina for spells. Doesn't Foff cost 3 stamina, though? Wouldn't that just kill me? We fight. The first bandit closes on you, cackling and grinning. Time to put this creature in his place. We go for 6.9. That was pretty good. You should have made things easier for yourself, the bandit goads and launches forward with his sword. You go straight for his throat, knocking him back hard. The smile on his face splits into a cry. The bandit stops and coughs blood onto the earth. We go again, full force. I question why you listen to me sometimes. You cut the imbecile no slack. You go for his throat with all your strength. The bandit gasps his last as you run him through. No stamina lost, flawless sliding. Hell yeah! I'm getting better at this. I think it takes a little bit of judgment. I think there's like story context that you can use to try to figure out what kind of decisions the enemies will make. Like, I figured that guy would be aggressive. The second bandit takes one look at his dead colleague and turns and makes a run for it. Do we chase him? I feel like we might get something good if we chase him. Let's do it. You immediately give chase. He will not get away so easily after trying to rob you. After a few minutes of scrambling between rocks, you have him cornered. You draw your sword and grin maliciously. The second bandit cries out, but he is ready to fight if he must. I feel like this boy is going to do a weak attack first. Oh! Never mind. We try again. The death of his friend seems to send the second bandit flying into a rage. He starts to scream wildly as he hurtles forward. You raise your own sword for a brutal attack and knock him to the floor. The bandit can barely find his balance. It might also be a memorization thing, like you might learn what enemies do with how much, with what context. It might depend on like the type of the enemy too. The bandit can barely find his balance. I think I just go for as much as I can here. 2.9. Yep. You keep up the pressure and swing with expert precision and all of your strength. Your strike is more than the bandit can take. He falls to the ground, quite dead. The fight is over. You clean your weapon and regain your strength. Let's search the bodies. You search through the bandits' pockets but find nothing, not even a single gold piece. Their clothing is ragged and rough. No wonder they were driven to this life. You leave their bodies for the beasts to pick clean and set off again. After about half an hour, the way becomes an uphill incline. Let's climb into the hills. Is there only one model for your sprite? Does it show only a sword even if you equip the axe? That's a good question. Leaving Kentapani behind marks the true start of the wilderness. Beyond that tiny outpost, there are scattered homesteads and Kare, a thriving city port, but all are touched by cruelty, isolation, and fear. The backlands and the long shadow cast by Mampang Fortress darken everything. And with the crown gone, and with the crown stolen, things can only grow worse. In the long years since Chalana the Reformer founded the Alliance, the crown has been passed from kingdom to kingdom every 4 years, ensuring each one has its turn to lead, but no more. Ruddlestone, Lendoland, Galantaria, and Bryce have all enjoyed its power. Welcome back, Ian, but not Analand. But when the crown came to Analand, it was stolen by birdmen from Zaman and carried off to Mampang. With the crown, the Archmage will be unstoppably powerful. There is no chance of sending an army against him. A military force would not survive the journey. So here you are, a lone hero, walking the lone path to Mampang alone. 5 minutes later, you reach a fork in the road. The sergeant, for all his eyesight, hadn't mentioned this. First of all, okay. Can I not equip the axe, though? I wonder what happens if I drink this. Ooh! I just gained stamina back. Hell yeah. Oh, and it lights up the spells that I'm able to use right now. I gotta remember this one. This seems really useful. Also this one. Oh, and this one. I have the bamboo flute now. Did that say sus? It did. Yeah, I gotta remember this one. Jig. Interesting. An illusion of treasure. Magic protection. Whoa. Whoa. Oh. There's so many. There's so many spells. Okay, a lot of these require like very specific items though. You're suspicious now. This is the most formidable spell in lore, but no one knows why. In all recorded history, the spell has been only cast once by a powerful necromancer from Throbin, who was never seen again. Its effects are unknown. The necromancer's notes were found, but were crazed and unclear. Treat with extreme caution. Whoa. Zed. I'll remember that. Why does it say dolphin? Alright, we go to the fork in the road. The road splits around the base of a gigantic tree, but does not rejoin on the other side. The left path winds down into the valley, and the right rises up a slope toward the first thick forest of the hills. It feels like my tongue is getting sluggish already. Oh, did you hear that crack? That was my sternum. That felt good. Let's see. A valley seems a little sussy. Let's look right. It's hard to see much further uphill. The forest is sudden and thick, and the path narrow. It may be hard going in that direction, but the hills will involve a lot of climbing eventually, and you may get a decent view of the next leg from the top of the ridge. Look left. You pause to consider the lower route. There is a river there, and the path follows the left bank. It is a safer route, secluded and protected, but the curve of the landscape would mean you are almost backtracking. You're about to make your choice when you hear a faint cry from somewhere close at hand. Look around. You look around and finally up into the branches of a tree. A pair of wizened, calloused feet are dangling down over your head, about to drop on you, perhaps? Let's throw something into the tree. Casting about for a decent-sized rock, you settle on one and then turn and lob it into the tree. You aim carefully for your target, a wiry old man who looks as thin and bedraggled as a winter shrub. The stone strikes him, and he cries out as he almost topples from the branch. "Oi!" he cries. "You almost had me eye out." Aim better this time. You grab another rock and throw it with a more careful aim this time, striking the man full in the chest. The noise is horrific, the last gasp of a water skin being pushed under the surface. He topples and hits the ground quite dead, blood leaking from his mouth. I killed him? With his jabbering gone, you hear something buzzing in the tree overhead. Climb the tree first. You swing your way up onto the first branch. High in the enormous tree is a beehive, a swarm busy at work around it. I'm not fucking with any beehives. The climb is too high, and the bee is liable to be dangerous. You drop out of the tree, narrowly avoiding landing on the man's body. You must move on. Greedy flies are gathering around the old man's corpse, and the light is fading already. I should have searched him. Okay, I think I'm gonna take a couple minutes break, to let my throat recoup for a second, and when we get back, we will continue. I think that was necessary. Thank you for waiting. My throat isn't used to me speaking this much. There's a lot of reading in this game. Hi, Devil. It's good to see you. All right, shall we? Let's take the high path. 420 blaze it. The high route seems the most secure. In a valley, you can be easily observed from above and led astray, but out in the hills, you can go whichever way you choose. Of course, when night falls, it may be cold and exposed up on the slopes, but no matter. This journey was never destined to be easy. Just means you need to stream more? True. That's very true. And I'm going to. The path winds upward into the hills and into the cover of a wood. The afternoon sun glints through the trees and plays tricks on your eyes. Every so often, you catch a glimpse of some strange shaped animal or other watching you, only to find that it is a silhouette of branches and leaves caught at an odd angle. After an hour's walk, you're starting to feel very slightly hungry, but you might be wise to save your provisions. I already ate today, so we're going to continue walking. You keep up your pace. The climb continues, with the path twisting this way and that. The air grows cold, and the sun flickers on the horizon, then sets, making it hard to see your way. But the moon is full, and when twilight is done, it will be bright once more. Let's make camp. But to tire yourself out on the first day would be inauspicious. You settle down to make a camp for the night, in a natural shelter provided by the roots of 3 gigantic intertwined trees. Your backpack will serve for a pillow, and your cloak for a blanket. Before settling to sleep, you check through your pack. You have one meal's worth of rations left. We settle down to sleep. Oh, if only I had someone to keep me warm tonight. You lay yourself out on the ground and are quickly asleep. The moon is full and high in the sky when you next open your eyes. You feel warm and more cozy than you did before. As if wrapped in a gigantic blanket, there is a pain in your leg. Oh. I didn't think that my comment about something keeping me warm tonight would be precognitive. Slowly realize what is happening. A giant bat has settled on your chest and is feeding on your leg. Jesus. We cast a spell. Let's make a dance. You raise the spell and play a sweet tune on the bamboo plate. The bat begins to hop absurdly from foot to foot, spinning around and holding out its wings. You toy with the thing for a few minutes, then grab it in one hand and lob it away into the trees where it takes flight, not to return. Smiling to yourself, you settle back down. Why am I smiling to myself when I just had my leg just munched on? I got vored by a bat. I'm just smiling? Maybe I'm into it. Once again, the crown fills your dreams. Only now, instead of being hidden away in Mampang Fortress by the Archmage, you see it on the head of the burly villager from Cantopani. Anyone can wear the crown, he declares to you, but wearing the crown, you are no longer just anyone. And then he points a finger at you that seems to crackle with energy, and you find yourself drawn toward him, commanded to do his bidding. You are walking towards a crack in the ground. It seems sure to swallow you whole. You stumble at its edge, about to fall. Creepy. The second day of your journey begins in the morning cold. Still halfway between sleeping and waking, You feel the presence of your spirit, the cougar, close nearby. Its form has changed since you left Analand, just as you have changed, but it is still pacing beside you. Oh, this is my spirit? It was a dolphin before, right? In the temple, they taught you that a prayer to your spirit could heal disease, lift curses, even save you from certain death. But the spirits are not generous and decline to help often. You can ask for the spirit's aid using the pray button. Interesting. You can feel yourself getting accustomed to the fetid air of these hills. You have now ascended several hundred feet and can expect to make excellent progress before the end of the day. Ooh, my stamina is up to 12. As you crest the brow of a hill, you see something that makes you stop in your tracks. To your left is a clearing, and in the clearing are several poles planted firmly in the ground, and atop each pole is a head. You should have prayed at the beginning. I didn't think I had the option. The heads are of all kinds and ages. Some are recently fixed, while others have decayed, and some are nothing but skulls and hair. There are human heads, goblet heads, and one or two heads of creatures you do not recognize. All have sewn up eyes and mouths. A large X painted on a rock nearby is obviously intended as a warning not to venture any further. But ahead the road forks left and right, and you cannot be sure which path you are warned not to take. The right-hand path continues to climb, and the left-hand path wides down the side of the hill. It was pray for luck or on your way. Oh, I see, I see. You're right. Hmm. It looks like this is a more direct path, but this is also passing by mines, and that seems sketchy. These birds are fucking loud, dude. Let's see. Let's take the left path. You make your way down a steep wooded slope. After half an hour, you hear the gurgling of a stream, and then quite suddenly you emerge from the trees to the edge of a fast-flowing river. Fording would be impossible, but luckily someone had built a bridge. Let's test it. The bridge is made from two stout ropes with thinner strings hanging from them and boards tied to the strings. You test the ropes and notice the left one feels weak. That doesn't mean the bridge is necessarily a trap, although it might be. But it does mean that if this bridge collapses, the left side will fall away first. Let's cross. Oh, you begin to make your way carefully across, but at the halfway mark, the boards start to creak and come loose, and then one of the ropes holding the bridge up unlashes itself completely, and you're plunging into the water. Let's race for the other bank. You make a break for the far bank, pounding across the boards as they tumble and plunge into the rapid water. At the last minute, the bridge dissolves, and you must jump. We jump left. You leap left and manage to clear the bridge before it tumbles into the river. The boards and ropes washed away by the torrent. You are a little scratched and bruised, but nothing serious. Still, there is no turning back. You get to your feet. Oh, something moves in the bushes nearby. Let's investigate. Who's there, you demand, as they approach the bush, peering either side to spot if the figure tries to run. But when you get there, you find nothing. I'll leave it. Nothing, just a rabbit, surely. Rubbing your bruises, you start walking again. Following the path. As you descend, you pass a clearing, a safe point to stop, perhaps? I don't think we need to eat. We can keep going. This place is too open. You walk on through the long grass. In before Panther? through the field. You continue along the trail. The undergrowth around you gets thicker, with dense shrubs that snag at your legs as you pass. Suddenly, there's a cracking sound beneath your feet. Branches or something else? That sounds like a trap. We jump clear. You leap ahead just in time as a pitfall caves in beneath you. You look back to see a gaping hole which you would have fallen into. Look at the pit. You pause to look at the pit. It is 3 meters deep, quite a trap. But then again, so is the one moving underneath your feet right now. There's the gentlest of clicks. Oh shit. A click. We step back. You step back, narrowly avoiding the impact as 3 saplings, each set with sharpened stakes, snap upright in front of you. Of course, in stepping back, you fall into the pit behind. Oh, fuck. You slowly regain consciousness. There's a stinging pain in your hands and feet, and something is wrong with your head. Close nearby, some kind of crazed parrot is making an irritating noise. Let's check my head for injuries. You move to check your head for bruises, but find your arms cannot move. The numbness in your hands is loss of blood. You are tied and bound. Your captors, seeing you struggle, race over to surround you. One prods you with the base of his spear. Judging by what they wear around their necks, they are headhunters. Headhunters sound spooky. But, you know, I'm always hunting for some head myself, you know what I'm saying? Let's cast a spell. Yeah? Let's cast a spell. I can't cast Jig? Let's see. What does K lead to? I? D? Kid? What does Kid do? Let's see. I could toss a fireball. Ah, you're right, you're right. That's a good point. You attempt to weave a spell, but with your hands bound behind your back, you cannot cast it. Are you fucking kidding me? And I still lost the stamina for that. How was I supposed to know I couldn't cast a fireball with my hands bound? Alright. An hour or so passes during which you are left alone. Then suddenly the little men return and lift you up on your shoulder onto their shoulders. You are carried swiftly into the center of the headhunter settlement. There's much commotion, and several natives rush off to fill a large pot with water to be heated over a fire. Meanwhile, you are thrown into a bamboo cage, hands still tied and guarded by a strong warrior. Maybe I pray. Maybe it's worth praying. You concentrate, clear your mind, and level your soul, and lift a prayer to your spirit. Man, that's the second bad typo that I've seen. The cougar. Your spirit offers freedom, escape, and aid for wanderers. You require all 3, but nothing happens. You try again, but it seems your spirit has abandoned you. Perhaps Analand is lost after all. You try to maintain your calm and wait, watching for an opportunity, but one does not come. After an hour or so, a crowd of headhunters has gathered outside of your cage. They are singing and dancing, sharing wine. The water in the pot is bubbling loudly. 2 of the hunters approach your cage. Let's wait. You wait as the 2 hunters haul you out of the cage and bustle you toward the pot. All is lost. Then it happens. Dark clouds rumble and blow over the camp. When they are directly overhead, they release a torrential downpour, dousing the fire. The headhunters run around, trying to cover the flame, and for a moment they drop you, and the water collecting on the floor loosens your bindings. The rain is causing confusion in the village. The headhunters are running for shelter. I think I gotta be greedy and get my belongings. You dive quickly back into the hut from which you were bought. All of your belongings are still here. You grab them and race back out of the hut. A headhunter blocks your path. Find another way. You wheel on your heel and race back into the hut. For a moment you are trapped, then you pull out your sword, pry free a plank from the wall, and slip outside. You are free. You run and keep running, until you are deep in the woods, but also hopelessly lost. Still, you have your hide. And you are now on your own. You have called on your spirit's help, and while the powers above are giving, they are not generous, and they will not help you again for some time. You come to a stop in a field of long grass almost over your head, but which way will you go? There's no time to get your bearings. We go uphill. You race around the curve of the hill, crashing through a thin line of trees until you are quite sure you have not been followed. But where are you now? Is that the only thing I can do? Such quick thinking. Definitely would have died there myself. Does it really matter what path I take? I don't think it does. The path climbs again, up a low hill, covered over with thick bushes and shrubs that snag at your clothing. Halfway up, you hear a sound. Twigs breaking. I don't think you would have died, Momo. You're clever. Um, let's freeze. You freeze as a large creature the size of a bear emerges directly in front of you. It has black and white fur and a long bushy tail that trails out behind. It growls menacingly. I wonder if I can get around it. I don't want to fight this thing. Perhaps if you are careful, you can slip around it. Edge around to the left. No, to the right. You try to slip towards the bushes, but clearly something about you or what you carry attracts the beast's attention as it sniffs the air, then moves toward you, its sharp teeth on display. You will not be able to avoid a confrontation. The creature is a skunk bear, and when it raises its tail, it releases a nauseating odor. The smell that hangs around it is terrible. Alright, let's see if we can't cast a spell. What was the name of that spell that, like, turns a coin into a shield? Oh, that's an interesting one to use. Let's give that a try. Maybe we can scare it off. You cast the spell, and in a flash, 5 replicas of yourself appear in front of the creature. The confused beast lurches forward to attack one of them, and use the opportunity to escape, leaving your magic clones to fight your battle for you. The path leads down through another valley and back up another hill. 2 hours pass. That worked pretty well. God damn. The sun is now. Whoa! Mona! Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the raid. I don't know where my alert is.
To work together. Hence
Thanks for
the
shouting out
video
Mona.
that we have. Oh God.
Whew. Oh lordy. Yep, we got clips. We got the clips here. Let me change things real quick. Welcome in, everybody. I'm so glad to have you. My name is Mido. I am a villain VTuber with an asterisk. If you are new here, glad to have you. Mona, thank you so much. I appreciate it. How was your stream? I hope you had a good time. What were you up to? I missed the shout out there. Dark Cloud 2. I've not heard of that before. I hope it was a good time. Today we're trying something different. Doing more Dark Cloud 2. Stream was great. I'm glad to hear that. An old PS2 game. Ooh. The only PlayStation I've ever had was a PS3. So, yeah, that I haven't had many consoles in my life. Very enjoyable. That's awesome. Today we've been playing something a little bit different. We've been playing Sorcery, which is a kind of choose your own adventure kind of game. I really did not know what to expect with this game, but yeah, I got a model. There's the alert. What the heck? Come on, Stream Elements. What are you doing? Yeah, Millie, I got a model. Good to see you, Millie. It's been a little bit. Yeah, thank you again for the raid. Wow, I was not expecting that. There we go. Stream Elements is catching up. Oh goodness. Oh, thank you again, Mona. I really appreciate it. Do you know anything about Sorcery? Have you played it before? Because this is my first experience with it. There we go. All right. So a little recap of what's happened so far. Oh, Yoijo and Cold Kage. Thank you so much for the follows. Welcome to the Katsu crew. Glad to have you. Lil Nate, thank you for the follow as well. Damn, I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. By the way, anyone who's here before the raid, if you haven't checked out Mona Office Demon, please do so. She's a fantastic streamer. She plays a bunch of different games, but she makes them all very entertaining. And she's a great boss. Make sure to check out her channel if you haven't yet. So far in this game, I think a basic summary is we are an adventurer, and our kingdom's crown was stolen, and the crown has like power or something. So we're on a quest to go retrieve it. We just passed through like a village. We've gotten a few fights, and we've come out on top so far. And we just escaped like a bear sort of thing. So let's see what's going on. The sun is now just past its zenith, and everywhere a dusty heat rises from the baked earth. You're worn out, almost to the point of physical collapse. You need food and rest, and no more trouble. Today has been too punishing already. Don't forget, almost eaten multiple times. Yeah, that's true. Happy to bully here. I mean, be here. No bully. But thank you for being here. I appreciate it. You begin to think about where you will stay for the night. Another night sleeping out in the open would be best avoided. But then you see a small village set into a hill. Ooh. Let's look at it. Smoke rises from the stacks. The houses are well set, with stone at their bases, and thatched roofs of grasses and thick leaves. There is, unusually, more than just the one street running through the center of town. But it is as though this place, once rich, has had its heart scooped away. Litter surrounds the buildings, and on the edge of the village are rows and rows of empty, abandoned houses. You continue your slow trudge along the path. Okay, so we've got a couple choices. We could go into the village or around. I think we go in. Let's see what's up here. You walk into the village. Young hill dwellers pass you and stare at your strange clothes. Let's ignore them. These people are poor and live difficult lives. If your mission fails, they will not survive long, but they cannot survive long out here regardless. Is it nighttime? Let's go to an alehouse. Let's have some fun. Walking down the single road, you quickly find a hut with its front covering pulled wide open and the smell of brewed beer coming from inside. You go in. Several hill dwellers are here, talking gruffly. When you enter, they watch you with understandable caution. They're looking kind of cute, man. Damn. What's your skincare routine? I gotta try it out. Your spirit changed again. Yeah, I saw it's a vixen. The owner of the hut comes over to you. Welcome to Kristatanti, he declares. What do you want? We'll greet the owner. I think it's always a good idea to get on the owner of a business's good side. Give me whatever you have, you reply. Ale is 1 gold piece, he answers. Please sit. You go over to the table where the hill dwellers are. Let's sit with the oldest man. You turn your attention to the oldest man at the table. Whatever face he once had is lost in a labyrinth of wrinkles, and his skin is the color of tanned hide from a lifetime in the beating sun. Greetings, old man. He raises his mug in salute. Stranger. His face is gravelly like the dusty dirt that lines the streets of his town. Where are you from? You smell of vegetable stock. I get the feeling that it's not the best idea to say where I come from. But at the same time, I kind of want to get on this guy's good side. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You telling me doesn't, he agrees. Your accent is Analand, and so's your boots, your pack, your sword. He clicks his tongue in appreciation. Not many is crossed through the Countapani gate. Oh, thanks for lurking, Mona, and thank you again for the raid. I really appreciate it. Have a good time at the gym. That reminds me, I should probably exercise today, too. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I love that. I feel like I found a few typos in this game. Not many as cross through the Cantapani gate. I think it should be not many cross, right? Am I crazy? Does it sound wrong to you guys? In either direction, if you know what I'm saying. I understand you. He grins and picks his teeth with a fingernail. They say there's a war coming, something to do with a crown. Let's play dumb. A crown? The crown of kings, he says. They say it's how a leader leads. Without the crown on your head, no one will follow you. The crown can raise an army from the farmyard or command a population to walk into a sea. He shakes his head. Sounds like a bad idea if you ask me, but someone's gotta wear it. If someone's gotta wear it, I'd rather they were in Analand than Mampang. You sip your beer. The old man exchanges glances with the younger man sitting opposite. Let's talk to the young man. You thank him for the conversation. You catch the young man's eye. He moves over to be right beside you, close enough to whisper in your ear, but you don't quite catch what he says. No, Zeri. That is a tradition that is past. I don't want there to be any pressure for me to exercise. I want to exercise because I want to. If I externalize the motivation, then it just makes it more difficult to stick with it. I just got to remember my goals, you know? Let's see. Repeat that. The man giggles to himself unexpectedly, leaning in again, so close you can smell the fumes on his breath. He declares, "Schnattercats!" Then he collapses in a fit of giggles once more. The man is clearly mad. What do you mean? The man nods twice, then drinks deeply from his beer to wet his throat. Or perhaps not, because as he puts the mug down once more, he says nothing, just fidgets with his fingers and occasionally grins in your direction. Ask one of the other dwellers about this man. You catch a woman's arm nearby. This man is an idiot, you declare. She shrugs, slipping free of your grasp. Every village has one, she answers. Doesn't mean we're all like that. Good stock we are. And she flutters her eyelids. You get back to your feet, disgusted. The young man giggles to himself, but does not attempt to stop you. All right. You make to leave the inn. The owner stops you, holding out his hand. We'll pay. We'll pay. I'm not that much of an asshole. You pay him his gold piece and step out into the street. You look this way and that, trying to decide what to do next, when you realize the old man has joined you once more. He grabs your shoulder and presses a fruit into your hand. Bomba, he declares through fermented breath. I grow them myself. Good for the stomach. He pats your belly and walks away, swaying slightly. Look at the fruit. You turn the old man's gift over in your hands. It is a thick-rinded fruit that keeps well and will be highly nourishing when you decide to eat it. Its only drawback is its incredible weight. It is now evening and time to sleep. All right, bet. Let's, That's a good question. Do we sleep in an inn or sleep outside? An inn's gonna cost us, right? I've already spent a good bit of gold, but let's see. The village is small enough that you find an inn simply by walking around. The woman who runs the place stands in the doorway with her arms folded. Are you from the king? She demands. I am on a mission for the king. Taxes? She replies quickly. No. The woman narrows her eyes at you. This is a guest house, the best in Kristatanti. Only guests stay, and any guest of mine knows it costs me 3 gold pieces to host a man overnight and 2 to feed him. But it's all between friends. 2 gold pieces to eat? That's expensive. I'll go elsewhere. She shrugs, not appearing too upset by your decision. You creep off to the edge of the village. All right, fine. The cover of the forest is dark, and the ground is thick with fallen branches, mud, and briar. You walk for nearly an hour more, and then you pass a large tree atop a great fist of curling roots. It is a perfect spot to sleep. Gratefully, you open your pack and pull out the old man's nourishing bomba fruit. You feel much better, and more ready for the long watches of the night. You settle down to sleep. It will not be an uninterrupted night out here under the stars, surrounded by beasts, but you will still feel a little better for it. Your dreams are vivid once again. You are somewhere hot, as if swimming in a pool of lava. The smell of herbs and cumin is thick in your nostrils, and all around you, hungry mouths are crying out to be fed. Meanwhile, a tall black creature strides towards you, wreathed in a foul-smelling smoke, and in the distance, a deep voice is booming with laughter. The long, cruel fingers of one hand are curled around the metal frame of a crown, and with the other he beckons you forward as if into a trap. Oh, they got like rain atmosphere. Okay, I think Kare is like the end point that we're heading to. All right, Let's keep going. You wake early and sit for a moment in no great hurry to leave this place where you have lingered so long. This is now the third day of your journey, and the muscles in your legs are feeling lean and strong from so much walking. You spend a short while enjoying the peace, then unhurriedly collect your possessions and set off along the path. Kristatanti is surrounded by several miles of fields, a filthy town set into a bowl of mud. As you follow the path between lines of sun-baked crops, you come to a fork in the road. The right-hand way leads past a set of outbuildings, while the left heads directly off into deep woodland. Let's see. It's probably going to be quicker to just go left. Your journey is too important to slow down by talking to locals. You must pass unseen, and so you disappear into the jungle of tall trees. For a short while, the sun is feverish, and then you're between the trees once more, and everything becomes cool and still. You walk for several hours uneventfully. This is land that was never settled or explored, and very few travel this way. In places, bushes and shrubs have grown over into the path. I don't think it hurts to move cautiously. You pick your way carefully forward, moving slowly but silently between the trees. If there are any beasts nearby, you should be able to wring their necks without them hearing you approach. Then you come to a fork in the road, still deep in the forest. Someone has thought to make a sign, perhaps as a guide or perhaps as a warning. The way to the right is marked for Dumpus. Yo. Oh my goodness. Am I the only one who thinks that sounds funny? Yo, damn, she got a dumpus. A left turn points to Aliana. Neither way seems the better trod. You will have to choose. This seems interesting. Why would they put this here if it wasn't important? Let's check it out. The path winds between trees that get greener and more lush. You must be closer to the river here, although you cannot hear the water. After about half an hour's walk, through dappled shade, you come across a well-built hut. Flowers decorate its walls, and the door has been painted with ornate designs. The path ends here. I don't remember a single moment in games where full sprinting would be better than sneaking. Yeah, where you have a choice. Yeah, that's a good point. Like obviously if you're getting chased by something, you kind of want to run, right? Let's scout around it. You perform a swift circuit around the hut, but find nothing unusual or concerning. It seems to be what it is, a hut set by itself deep in the forest. But for someone to survive out here, on their own, surrounded by the beasts of the jungle, they must be someone quite powerful. Let's knock on the door. You approach the door and knock. There is no reply. We open the door. We push open the door and stride inside. Alright, bet. The hut is neatly laid out. You detect the touch of a fastidious woman. Chairs are set around a table as if for guests. A mattress lies in one corner, and a large kitchen area indicates that whoever lives here, they are fond of cooking. We'll call out. Hello? Is anybody there? To your surprise, a voice answers quickly. Who's there? Who's that? Locate the speaker. Looking into a corner, hidden by a large cupboard, you see a cage in which a young woman is imprisoned. Good stranger, she pleads, let me out of this cage, I beg you. This feels like a trap, doesn't it? What happened to you? You move over to the cage. What happened to you? Oh, good stranger, she wails. I have been locked up here for 2 days. It was elvins that did it. Those mischievous, prankful elvins. Please, you must help me. I have not eaten. And they left me here, where I can see all my cooking things, but I cannot reach them. If I let you go, what do I get in return? Stranger, she asks, looking miserable. I am but a poor woman. And I'm a poor traveler. Maybe she'll just cook me food or something. Now tell me, what can you give me for your freedom? The woman looks dreadfully unhappy but nods. You are on a journey, she says. You will need things to help you. It is dangerous. It is a dangerous wilderness out there. Tell me, in your heart, are you a fighter or are you a wizard? I'm both. I am both, and I will take everything you have. Damn. That's kind of mean. The woman nods vigorously. I knew it. I could see it from your face. Well, stranger, in my house I have Ragnarista's enchanted armband of sword mastery, and I will give it to you if you free me. Uh This seems kind of sus, man. I feel like I'm gonna open the cage and something bad's gonna happen. Let me search first. You are most generous, you reply, with a slight mocking bow, to inform me you have such things. Ignoring the protestations and shouts from inside the cage, you begin to carefully search the drawers and cupboards of the hut, but you find no sign of any special artifacts or anything truly of value at all. All you find is 2 gold pieces and a pouch containing soft brown sand. I'll take the sand. You pocket the sand, but leave the coins on the table where the woman can see them. Use these to bribe the next traveler who comes along, you suggest before turning to go. You heathen! You half-wit! You half-thing! Screams the woman from inside the cage. I curse you, do you hear me? I curse you with all the power I can summon. Shit, I kind of feel bad. And that is some power as you feel yourself weakening under the pressure of her eyes. Your sword arm seems to droop, and you feel your grip on the hilt fumble. You will be weaker in fights until the curse is lifted. Are you kidding me? Quickly, you leave the house so she can harm you no further, but even after running out through the door, you now feel a little out of breath. You retrace your steps to the last junction, where you turn to take the path to Dumpus. Damn. It's hard to be a villain in this game. You walk for several hours, following the twists and turns of the path through the trees. Then suddenly you stop. You've heard a noise up ahead. Something is moving around between the rocks at the edge of the path. Wait and look. You hang back, watching the trees. There's definitely something moving around. Something large and long, with a tail that whips between the trees. But now that you've seen it, you're at a definite advantage. Let's see. Let's cast a spell. Perhaps? What? Why can't I cast Jig? What is doze? I'm guessing it puts them to sleep? Wait, what? I can't select O? Oh, there we go. Causes slowness. No dancing for you. I know it's sad. Let's give it a try. You draw out the spell and the beast slows down, looking suddenly very sleepy and slow. At this speed, you do not even need to fight it. You walk quickly away. The path winds a few more times around gigantic trees, thousands of years old, and then emerges onto a sudden plain, as if the forest had been scooped away by a gigantic hand. A river trickles thinly between short grasses, and by its banks stands a tiny village. Do we want to go to Dumpus? Yeah. We love that Dumpus, dude. Oh, today has been a short day with few true dangers. With a decent meal and a night's sleep, your next day will start auspiciously. So you begin the gentle climb down into the village. You follow the path down into the village, passing a sign which declares it to be Dumpus. The streets are thin and narrow, and the buildings have been set close together, as if trying to withstand a storm. There's a terrible smell hanging in the air. All in all, it seems an unpleasant place. Let's explore the town. Halfway along the track, you come across a couple of merchants' huts. You browse for items worth buying with your 14 gold pieces. Your attention is taken by a finely woven skullcap, a finely crafted sword, and a small bag of provisions. Let's check out the provisions. You examine the bag of food. There is enough to last 3 days. 6 gold pieces. I am running out of food, so maybe it would be better to just buy it. You pay him 6 gold pieces and add the provisions to your pack, all except for 1 ration, which you eat immediately to fill your starving belly. That's fine. I know I need a skull cap for one of the spells, but I don't remember which spell it is. You pick up the skull cap and turn it over. Stolen from a priest of Oops. It's not Daddy Lay. Shit. Dadulay, the merchant declares with pride. A fine piece of work, 4 gold pieces. You can tell from the feel of the cloth it has no inherent magic, but it might be useful in spells. Maybe I try it on. You place it on your head, but you feel nothing. You take it off again. I don't think it's worth it. We'll put it back. I'll take a look at the sword. Carefully lift the long sword from the table and swing it through the air. It cuts with a finely carved edge. A fine piece of work, I'm sure you agree. 6 gold pieces. Nah, I don't think so. Is there any work to be had here? I need to earn some money. The merchant sizes you up. You look like a good worker to me. One of my friends needs some digging doing. I'm sure he would pay you and feed you for it. Digging what? Does it matter? You'll find out. He stares at you. So, he asks. He looks over his shoulder at the path. I'm going that way now myself. You coming? Interesting. You think that's worth it? It might be, but I don't have enough gold. And also, I already have a sword. And also, I'm cursed. Let's follow the merchant. He leads you to a house on the edge of the village and introduces you to the householder. A stout man who is probably incapable of lifting a spade, let alone digging with it. What is it you need doing? Cesspit, the man replies. Out back, needs digging. How much? 3 gold pieces for digging a cesspit. Do I haggle or do I? This is risking just leaving the job completely. I feel like there's a small chance that he'll up the price if I say you can keep your money. I'll just take the job. I'll get started. Spade's out back, he replies with a jerk of his thumb. You walk through the man's house into the back garden. The smell is terrible. The job is not just to dig a new cesspit, but to dig over the old one. It's going to be several hours work that'll probably take the whole night. Are you kidding? You collect the spade stuck in the ground by the hole. What if we cast a spell? Oh, ho, ho, ho. You cast the spell and wait for it to take effect. Then you feel the spade turn from a heavy tool to a mere toothpick in your hand. As you swell to 3 times your usual size, you have the digging done in barely any time. You go back into the house and collect your money, 3 gold pieces. The grateful householder also provides you with some food, as well as a space on the floor to rest for the remainder of the night. You settle down happily and are quickly asleep. Hell yeah. Pray to lift my curse. See, I already prayed pretty recently. I doubt this is gonna do anything. But, you know, I am cursed and I don't want to be cursed, so maybe it's worth praying anyways. Before settling to sleep, you close your eyes and lift a prayer to the vixen in your spirit. You feel a great healing passing over you, lifting and restoring your strength. You can now sleep comfortably, refreshed, but your spirit will not help you again. You dream strange dreams as you sleep. Your thoughts are dominated by the strange woman in the hut. But in your mind's eye, she comes at you, stabbing with a carpenter's knife, desperate to carve your bones into furniture for her hovel. Overhead, you fancy you hear the flap of giant wings. The birdmen came for the crown. Perhaps before this journey is finished, they will come for you. Okay, so the vixen did heal me. Sick. Alright, goodbye, Dumpus. You rise early, dismiss the attentions of the householder, and head out into the street. Within a few minutes of walking, you are out of Dumpus and back on the road. After another hour or so, the way branches, with one path heading up into the hills, and the other turning downhill and along one side of a barren stony ridge. Is that a village you can make out on top of the hill? It seems a lonely place for it. You made a Dumpus and Dumpus. Let's check out the village. The gentle upward slope becomes a steep climb, and you are forced to rest several times. So far, you have been walking through the foothills. Now the journey will become more serious. When you finally reach the summit and can look out over the low plateau you have crested, you see the path runs through a small settlement of crudely fashioned huts. There are villagers out in the street, talking and working. It seems a happy, bustling place, despite the filth in the streets and the barren surroundings. Let's watch for a while longer. You stay at your vantage point and watch a while longer to see if things change. After a while, you begin to notice something strange about the way the people in the village are moving. First, you notice one is limping, then another. Then you realize they are all shuffling as they move. Some use sticks. One is even crawling. That's fucking creepy, man. Watch more. You stay hidden and watch for longer. After a while, you realize that whatever is happening in the village, it is desperate. There is no laughter, no joy. There is no trade or commerce. The women do not walk around and the men do not watch them. It is like a prison camp. Maybe I visit these people. These are people in need of a savior. You may not be that man, but you can try. You approach, arms open, to show you are not a threat. But the message is not understood. The villagers see you and panic. They begin to scurry inside their huts, as if you were an army and not a lone traveler. Their bodies are thin and malnourished, and as they disappear through their doors, you notice some are missing limbs. Let's stop at a door and knock. You knock on the door of one of the nearest huts. There is no reply. Another hut. You approach the next hut. From inside, you hear the murmur of voices, so you enter. The hovel is tiny and foul, with no furnishings of any kind. A small fire burns in the middle of the floor, and by the far wall, a family of 3 cowers from you. The woman lifts a shaking hand, as if to hold you back. Let's see. What can we do here? Jig? I don't think I can. Turn to stone? I don't want to turn to stone. Let's see. Oh. Uh... Oh. I don't have a medicinal potion, do I? Oh. Yeah, it literally did nothing. Okay. You try to bind the enchantment, but you're missing an item that it needs, and so the spell dissipates around you. You creep away as the villagers begin to cry and shake. Alright. Beyond the village. The path beyond the village heads downward, or downhill once more between thick trees before turning into a narrow goat track that crosses a rough peak. From the summit, you get a wide view. Let's look around. Ahead, down a steep slope, the next village is sprawled out before you. And even from here, you can catch the sound of merry voices and shouting from the streets. It must be a carnival. Looking right, you hear a roaring noise and can just make out a beautiful, majestic waterfall plunging from a cliff into a great rock bowl. You watch for a few minutes, marveling at how clear the water seems. Then it is time to move on. You follow the track down a steep decline. Let's see. I still have my flute, but I haven't had the option to jig. Yeah, maybe. Wait, didn't I actually steal that though? So I literally can't use the axe because its powers can only be recognized by its owner. Or something like that. No, I did take it and then I drank it and it healed me. Ah. Yep. Some way down the hill, you stop for a rest and sit on a boulder to survey what lies ahead. The path leads downwards, and at its foot, cradled between the three peaks, is a village, and quite a large one at that. Behind you, the sun is falling rapidly into the hills. It will be night soon. Let's approach the village. As for the axe, maybe you gotta find the owner. Yeah, possibly. The village looks like a good place to stop. You hop down from the boulder and make your way forward when an overhanging branch touches your face and you hear a lively chirping. Freeze. You freeze. Hovering by your shoulder is a small creature the size of a bird. It is childlike but very thin, with green skin, and it flits around you on transparent wings. It seems friendly enough. It even lands on your shoulder, its tiny clawed toes pinching slightly. Thanks for looking, Zeri. Hope you get some yummy food. Let's talk to it. What? Why would I say something so mean? Get off me, flying rat. And hello to you, the creature replies, chirping. My name is Jan. What are you? The creature does a backflip and gives a low bow. I'm a Minimite, pleased to meet you. It reaches out a tiny hand and shakes your earlobe. I'll eat you if you try to do that again. I'll choke you if you do, the creature whips back. Tiny bones. What can you tell me about the village? You point down the valley. Is it safe? That's Biritanti, and it's very safe. It's the largest village in the whole of the Shamitani Hills. Every traveler who comes this way spends at least one night there, so it's a little bit expensive, especially for Minimites, but pleasant enough. The creature starts hopping up and down. Come on, it grumbles impatiently. Let's get going, can't we? What do you want with me? See that village, the creature replies. Last time I tried to go through, they told me I wasn't welcome, so I wouldn't mind some protection. Where I'm going is dangerous. You warn the creature. You might be killed traveling with me. The creature shrugs. I've got small wings, can't get far on my own. The creature flits to your other shoulder once more. You're not in a hurry, are you? It observes. Do you want to sleep out in the rough? Well, let's get going then. The creature shakes you by the ear in excitement, and you set off along the path once more. You descend into the bowl of the valley. The hills on either side are towering tall and throw the village into deep shadow. It would seem a very gloomy, threatening place, but from the streets come the distant sound of laughter and merriment. It seems we've made a friend. Sounds like murlocs are around. You continue along the path. The sounds of festivities grow louder. It's almost spooky here in the shade of the valley, and after so long on the dire road, the people in this village seem to be enjoying themselves. See, the Minimite on your shoulders remarks, I told you it was a happy place. Jan, what's going on? Are they bewitched? Jan shakes its head. No, if there was magic, believe me, I'd know. This is the festival of the young. What's that? Well, take a look. Jan waves a little hand around the village. The idea is that once a year, the children are allowed the freedom of the village. It is a time of great fun and lots of pranks. It becomes quickly obvious what he means. You pass the first few buildings, where you find a number of children sitting in the street and drinking ale from deep mugs. Further on, a young boy is holding an old woman over his knee and is spanking her. Damn. On the other side of the street, a group of boys is fighting outside a hut with a sign that reads Glandragor's Tavern. Funny, you've definitely seen that name somewhere before. Yo, that's the name of the owner of the axe. Let's fucking go. Behind the bar, a thick-set man is wiping mugs down with an old rag. Greetings, stranger, he calls. I'm Glandragor. Can I be helping you? Greetings. I've come a long way. I'm sure you have. Take a seat. You do so, and Jen leaps up and onto the counter. Glandragor seems amused rather than alarmed by the creature. I have something for you, you tell him. Oh, yes? He looks at you expectantly. Give him the axe. You take the axe from your pack and lay it on the bar. The old man's eyes light up as he sees it. Where did you get that? He exclaims. I bought it from a merchant. But it is yours, isn't it? He reaches forward, almost nervously. He's clearly overjoyed. I haven't seen this thing in at least 20 years. Time was I spent every day with it? He mimes a gentle chopping motion with a blade, a perfectly pitched at neck height on a goblin. Incredible. I remember the weight. How did you lose it? I was part of a raiding party. There were 4 of us exploring the giant's ruins at Liaki. We descended into a cave system, and the roof collapsed. I was knocked unconscious. They left me, couldn't get me out, I suppose, except that someone reached me enough to steal my famous axe. Did you ever find out who? No, he shakes his head sadly. No, I went on a healthy quest for revenge, but I never got it. Got something else instead that made me hang up my traveling boots. And if you don't know what that is yet, well, you will. Now here, I'm forgetting my hospitality. Without putting down the axe, he quickly gathers a mug and fills it with ale. For you, on the house. You thank him and drain the mug deep. The beer is thick and refreshing. Then it is his turn to question you. So how long are you staying here? Only for tonight. I see. Well, and he nods, let me give you some advice. There's a site nearby, a place called the Crystal Waterfall. Whatever trek you're on and whatever you feel about sights, you should go. It is more than just something to look at. Here. He grabs a bit of paper and scribbles down a note. Hand this to the idiot who collects the toll, and he'll let you pass. What's so special about this waterfall? I won't tell you, Glendragor answers. That way, you'll go just to find out. You shake your head in contempt. And once you leave, where is next? To Kare. Kare, now that's a town. Listen, let me give you some more advice. Go right ahead. I have some powerful friends, you see, he says, and his tone might be slightly threatening. There's a man I know, and he's quite an important man too. Name is Vic. If you get into trouble, just remember that. Even a name can be a thing of power sometimes, same as how you found me. This is bound to be useful information later. I'll remember it. Be sure you do. I don't doubt you'll need it. He takes to wiping down the bar again. So you'll be heading through Torrepani, he continues. It's a Sven village, no humans there at all. The chief will probably try to persuade you to help his daughter. She's been carried off by marauders. Why do I have to make that decision now? Hello? Of course I'll help. Good, I'm glad to hear it. Poor girl, she's been left as a sacrifice in a dark cave guarded by a deadly manticore. If you've not met one before, well, watch your back and your front. If you know a spell or two, then all to the good. The beer is done. You stand to go, nod to Glendragor, and head out into the street. Jan flits quickly along behind. Let's visit the waterfall. You head up a path that climbs through a crack in the mountainside. Soon the air is filled by thundering. It's quite a climb, but eventually you turn a corner through a narrow cleft in the rock and see close up the waterfall you glimpsed from the hilltop earlier today, plunging down into the cliffs overhead. Large crystal stalactites hang down either side of the water. There is only one path to reach it, winding up the rock face, and it passes by a small hut where a ruffian is collecting money. Greet the ruffian. You make your way over to the hut. Greetings, you begin. You collect a fee for the waters? I do, says the ruffian. These waters cannot be so healing that he has not caught an awful flu from them. 3 gold pieces. We show him the note. You hand the scrawled note over to the ruffian. He probably can't read, but he seems to recognize the penmanship as he nods furiously, twice, then stands aside to let you pass. The ruffian hands you a towel. And we continue on. You head up to the waterfall, which cascades forcefully into a deep pool. You strip off your clothes and dive into the pool, while Jan flitters through the froth. The cool water is fresh and invigorating, and you feel yourself getting rapidly better. You feel a huge swell of confidence. Coming here was the best decision you have made. Now you can move on, refreshed and ready for the night. Damn, I was already full stamina. I feel like that would have healed me if I was low. Once you have bathed thoroughly, you dry off, dress, and return down the path. You return into Biratani, past the girls who giggle approvingly now as you pass. You find the village inn, buried under a rocky overhang. The proprietor stands in the doorway, a formidable young girl armed with a baker's paddle. What do you want? She squeaks at you. A bed. 5 gold pieces? Plenty of travelers in Biratani. We only want the best. Oh, that's so expensive. Let's leave. You shake your head. That's too much. You run a lowly inn and not a palace. The girl scoffs back at you as you turn and walk out of town. Jan is shaking his head. You're fabulous, you are. You're a real charmer. You growl at him to be silent. I'm not paying 5 gold pieces for an inn. Are you kidding? Okay. You make your way out of the village and into a stand of tall, dried trees under the overhang of one of the cruel mountainsides. Between curling roots, you find a small place to settle down to rest. The pesky Minamite Jan perches a little way above on a knot and is quickly asleep. You are tired enough to follow suit, but you are hungry from not having eaten. Alright, I'll eat something. You pull out a quantity of your cheese and bread and eat quickly. The night's darkness draws in around you. In the distance, you hear screams and whoops from the village that only slowly fade. You feel lonely, distanced from such revelry. You rest your head onto the backpack and close your eyes. Perhaps a few hours pass when you wake suddenly, aware of a shadow moving between the tree trunks. It turns as it sniffs the air. A wolfhound. Let's cast a spell. Three stamina for this, though? Is it worth it? Let's see what our other options are. Yeah, let's do jig. You complete the spell and play the flute, but nothing seems to happen. The wolfhound charges you. You draw your sword, the long metal flashing in the moonlight. The beast roars and howls. That's less than ideal. Okay, we'll defend. The wolfhound creeps towards you, draws dripping and fur shining wet. You raise your sword to defend yourself, fearing the monster will spring. It bounds forward. You are shaken but unharmed. Let's go for a 6.1. Oh, it guarded. Okay. You put all your strength into a sweep of your sword, hoping to finish the creature in a stroke. The wolfhound drops back. It howls and whimpers. We do it again. It guarded again? Fuck. You put all your power into a swing of your sword, but the wolfhound turns tail. Okay. Let's attack. Fuck! I'm getting really unlucky. You twist your blade around for a manic blow. The wolfhound runs quickly into the trees, but it is not gone for good, and a moment later creeps back into view. It scrapes at the ground, as if digging its own grave. We'll defend. The wolfhound circles you, snapping at the air. You wait, eyes fixed on the beast. It moans and howls. You put all your strength into a sweep of your blade, but the wolfhound races away. As the wolfhound grows weaker, it snarls, get madder. It scrapes at the earth. The wolfhound holds back, pawing at the earth. You hunch low, your sword ready. We go again. Oh, fuck. Twisting your grip on the sword, you raise high, ready to stab in the creature's thick neck. But the wolfhound is barreling forward with all hell's fury at its back, and you are knocked flying. It howls and whimpers. I didn't think it could go as high as 7. The wolfhound circles around you, snarling. You wait, eyes fixed on the beast. It scrapes at the ground. We defend again. You stay poised and ready to run. The wolfhound waits dribbles? What? Okay, we're gonna thrust. And we got it. There we go. You put all your power into a sweep of your blade. The strike connects. As the wolfhound weakly opens its jaws to bite, you plunge your blade between its teeth and all the way down to its heart. The wolfhound howls, a gurgling, blood-soaked sound, and then it dies. The beast defeated, you pause to regain your breath and wipe your sword. Okay, at least we heal a little bit from sleeping. Then once satisfied, you lay down again and try to sleep. Jan flutters down and resettles on your shoulder. Your dreams are filled with walking, with peaks and valleys and endless paths. A curious light plays across them, building walls to heights before ruining them as it moves away. The rest of the night passes silently. Okay. I feel like that's a good place to stop for now. Oh, that is quite a bit of reading. Let's see who's live. I appreciate all of you for hanging out today. This was a little bit different. I'm not sure if I want to play this again, to be honest. I'm not sure how I feel about this game. I'd love to hear if you guys enjoyed it or not. I think it's an interesting game, but I don't think it's the best for streaming. I think I'll play it again, but maybe I'll play it in Discord instead of on the channel. I think reading everything out loud really does a number for my throat too. We could raid Skizzle. Yeah, let's raid Skizzle. Skizzle's a real homie. Oh. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I think today was pretty fun. But as I said, yeah, I'm not sure if I want to do that game again on stream. I'll probably play it on my own if I don't play it on stream, or I'll play it in Discord. Here's a link to all my socials. The link to my Discord is also in there. Thanks again to Mona and to everyone new who followed. Very much appreciated. I will be back again tomorrow with Muse Dash and Kind Words. A little bit of a balance of crazy and chill. And I'll have a hand cam on for Muse Dash. So I'm excited for that. And then 2 days from now, it'll be Saturday for me, but Friday for you guys. I'll be doing horror ASMR. That'll be pretty different, but I'm excited for that one. All right, guys. Give some love to Skiz. He's a great dude. And I'll see you over there. Until next time, I'll see you tomorrow.
I feel like I dropped something, but I don't.
The worst part about this is that she's not even